It's time for me to start packing for my 2-week trip to Oregon, and I just noticed how incredibly disorganized my travel toiletries have become over the past few months. So I thought today I would bring you along as I reorganize my travel toiletries, figure out what I'm going to pack for my trip, and kind of go over some of my travel toiletry favorites and some things that maybe it's just time to give away or toss. Now, I did reorganize my whole office back in December, so that was about 7 months ago, and I reorganized all of my travel toiletries back then. They looked so good. They were all organized and cute and in order, and it was lovely, and it did not last very long. I have had a few trips between December and now, which is July, and everything has just kind of gotten topsy-turvy in there. Plus, I'm always constantly pulling things out of those bins in order to use them for videos too. So that kind of adds to the disorganization, but I would really like to try to keep them organized moving forward. So let's get into it. And I am going to go ahead and clip my microphone on. And the first thing that I do have in here is my trip to travel toiletry kit, which I still use quite often. Sometimes I'll use other things to carry my toiletries in. It just kind of depends on how long of a trip I'm going to be on. If it's a trip that I need to pack and unpack and repack and unpack, like a tour, if I'm staying 3 nights here, then another 3 nights in another place, this is actually a fantastic option to use when you are doing a tour like that and you have to unpack and repack constantly, because you can just leave your toiletries in the bag and kind of use it out of the bag without having to take everything out of a pouch and set it up on the counter. And this one, I don't know if I point this out very often, but it does have a little hook that you can hang this toiletry bag on a towel rack or hook in the bathroom. So it'll give you a little more space on the countertop, which is especially important if you're sharing a room with somebody else. And I've always loved this clear 3-in-1 bag that comes with the Trip Travel Toiletry Kit. I've talked about this kit so many times, I probably do not need to be going over it so much. And then this is the other little pouch that comes with the toiletry kit as well. And this is one that I use fairly often to keep my airplane essentials in. This is the pouch that I'll take out of my personal item bag and put in the seat back in front of me to use throughout the flight. I am not going to go over what is in these right now, but we'll come back to that when we get closer to the actual organization of these bins. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, and this is the little tube cube that comes with that kit too. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to have to use one of my Kleenex that's in here because my nose is running. Luckily, I've got some right here. I swear, every time I get ready to go film, and I apologize for wiping my nose on camera, but I will be totally fine before I start filming. And then I start filming and my nose just starts to like get super drippy. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm allergic to filming. I don't know. But the first thing in here is a whole bunch of Kleenex. I really like these little flat sized Kleenex pouches that open up and you've got like two different sides. I think they're easier to pack than these, because this is like, you can see this is thinner than this, even though it's bigger size-wise. Whoops, to do it that way. Even though it's bigger size-wise, I'm not usually putting Kleenex in my toiletry kit. It is something that goes in my personal item bag because most often where I need the Kleenex is on the plane with all of that recirculated air. My nose definitely runs when I am on the airplane, and I know many of y'all have the same problem. I have a lot of Kleenex. I think last time I bought some, I was like, I'm going to buy it in bulk because I always feel like I go and I don't have any Kleenex in my bin, but clearly I have a lot of Kleenex. Okay, let's see. Next up in here, I have these little Gemz shampoo and conditioners, and I think I've got a couple of other versions of this down in the bin there too. These are a solid shampoo and conditioner option. They do sell these at Target. I'm not sure if they're available on Amazon. I've gotten these at Target recently. They were out for a while and you could buy them directly from the company. Then they kind of took like a year off to recalibrate, and I think they probably had to get some manufacturing set up, because then they came back and they were being sold at Target. These are awesome. I love these. They take up so little space. Let's see, I did have some in here in my toiletry bag. See how thin they are? They like take up no space, and you could actually cut these in half. Like I could use a half of one of these to shampoo my hair and a half of one to condition it. Although the conditioner, I probably want to use a full one just to make sure it gets all the tangles out of my hair. Love these things. They work really well. They clean my hair well. They condition well. I mean, all the things. I find that these work so much better for me than your normal solid bar shampoo and conditioner. Just a great option that I really love. So we are holding on to those. The other thing that I have are these little cleansing melts. I've talked about these many times. They are such a great option for minimizing your toiletry kit and getting it down and not having to carry as much heavy liquid items. And clearly I am almost out of these. So this is something I need to mark on my list to reorder, because these are great. This little package is all of my tooth stuff. See, this is where I was organized for a little bit. So I've got a whole bunch of tooth maintenance items in here. I've got my a bunch of the little plaque gum, what are these things called? Floss picks, that's what they're called. Floss picks. I have a ton of, I've got these by Scope, I've got a whole nother package of those. They're great to have on the plane. I've got these little disposable toothbrushes, which again, I like to have on the plane with me, especially for those long flights. I have my toothpaste tablets. I don't use these as much anymore because I've started using a rechargeable electric toothbrush that comes in its own case. And in the case, there's a little section that has a place for a little thing of toothpaste. And I really do prefer toothpaste over the toothpaste tablets. So this is something that I'm going to hold on to, because I don't know, there may be if I go backpacking or something like that where I want to really minimize and I don't want to take my electric toothbrush with me, there might be a reason that I want to take these, and they do work pretty well. I just prefer real toothpaste, and I like using my electric toothbrush. Oh, the other thing I have in here too are these little Listerine breath tabs. I've really enjoyed having these in my airplane kit because, again, take up very little space, very light. They're like a very thin piece of paper that you melt on your tongue, and then your breath feels fantastic. So you don't have to bring like a whole container of mints with you. Anyway, we're going to keep all of the tooth stuff in its bag. There may be stuff that we end up adding to this bag, but we'll keep that for organization's sake. I'll pick up these little travel size clinical secret deodorants when I find them. I think Walmart carries them quite often, and I'll hold on to one or two to just have on hand. What else? I threw this in here. This is I don't even know. This is an eyeglass holder, I think, that I got a little while ago that I was going to use for a video, and then I just never did. Oh yeah, it's a double glasses holder. So it's got the bigger pocket for one pair of glasses, and then this little pocket for another pair of glasses. And it's like a fake leather. And it's pretty. It's very cushy and soft, and it's pretty thin. It doesn't take up a lot of space. So a good option for carrying glasses. I bought a whole bunch of glasses holders because obviously I'm having to wear glasses these days. And I usually, in the summertime, I'm taking at least one, if not two pairs of sunglasses with me. So having something where I can carry both a pair of reading glasses and a pair of sunglasses with me that doesn't take up a lot of space and is soft enough that it's going to protect them, I really like. This is one that I like. I just haven't started using it because I already have two other glasses cases that I am using these days. But I'm going to put that with some of my other travel stuff for future use. I love these little travel things of Q-tips. I just save these little bins and then I fill them up with Q-tips that I have, which this one is almost empty. So it definitely, oh, and here's another one. Both of these are almost empty, so they both need to be refilled. So glad I'm going through all of this because these are all things that I need to do. What else do I have in here? These are things that I just collect. I've got some Elta MD facial cleanser, a makeup remover wipe. I think these are things I've collected from giveaway boxes or something. This is a little sponge, like an expandable sponge. Once it's wet, it gets bigger. And this is another makeup remover wipe. I just keep these little things in here that I can add to my little kit my airplane kit. I can add these to my airplane kit if I feel like I need something like this with me, especially for a flight that's going to be like over 10 hours. Okay, here's another mystery box. Something else that I ordered that I don't think that I have used yet. What does it say on the outside of the box? Oh, no. I have used these. These are these little travel jars. I've used one of these. So it's a set of the little travel, like, they're not glass. Are they glass? I'm not sure if they're glass or not. No, they're just heavy duty plastic. So just a type of jar that you could put your skincare items in, or your skincare lotions and creams and stuff into. It comes with a little spatula. I've used one of the small, maybe one or two of the small ones for some of my items, but I don't know that I'll use these bigger ones. I'm trying to think. I might need it for this trip. We will see when I start to pack my toiletries for this upcoming trip if I need these or not. But nice to have the variety to, use if you need them. Next we have this. If you've been here a while, you know how much I love different lipstick colors and nail polish colors. This is the color that I just did to celebrate 4th of July. So when I travel, I do like to I'll usually start out with a color on my fingers, a colorful fingernail polish, manicure, whatever. But as I'm traveling and the nail polish chips or whatever, I'm going to want to take the nail polish off. So I do bring along these nail polish wipes. These have been a great addition. I've been using them for quite a number of years. So I love having these along because then I don't have to bring like a bottle of nail polish remover. These work really, really well. Even on this gel, the SE gel fingernail polish that I use that stays on a really long time, it can be a little challenging to get off, but these wipes do a really good job. So I'll usually throw one or two of, depending on the length of the trip, 1, 2, or 3 of these into my toiletry kit, and then I'll usually just bring some nail strengthener to put back on my nails when I am traveling, once the colorful nail polish has worn off. And I have some nail files to go along with my nail help. Put that over there. This is an empty pouch. You've probably seen this in some videos. I'll fill these. Actually, there's 2 of these. These 2 little pouches make a really good, they just make great pouches. There's not a lot I need to say about that. I might use these. I don't really want to use these to store things in because I like to be able to have them available to pack for my trips. So I'm going to put those over with my trip toiletry kit. What is this? Oh, this is an Ulta MD. It's just a little sunscreen stick that's perfect for adding sunscreen to my nose and cheeks when I feel like I need to add a little bit more on my face if I've been out in the sun for quite a while. I have a SPF 50 La Roche-Posay tinted sunscreen that I wear on a regular basis. But if I've been out and I've been in the water off and on, this is a great thing to have along to be able to re-protect parts of my face that are getting more sun than I need to because of my skin cancer past. I have this is something that should not be in this container. This should be in my other travel gear container. And this is my scale, my luggage scale. So we're going to put that over there. This is, I don't know why I still have this. This is a vitamin C cream from L'Oreal, their Revitalift. I used to use this as a daily, and then I've switched over to a different vitamin C serum that I use every morning. I think it's True Skin is the one. I'll have all of these items linked below if you want to check anything out that I'm talking about or going through. I haven't used this in forever, and I think that it's probably done anyway. It's probably not super effective at this point. I have one of my little travel brushes. I have a random loose thing of eye drops. So I need to like corral all the eye drops that I have open that are in there. So we're gonna put this over here. These are all my sanitizing wipes and hand sanitizer packets. I had these all in a packet like I did my tooth care. So we're going to leave that as is. This is an envelope, a Ziploc of detergent, laundry detergent sheets. And I have some that are already cut up, so they're ready to go for using for like hand washing in the sink. And I like to take those on pretty much every trip I go on because I am allergic to many laundry detergents. So I really like to bring my own laundry detergent with me. These are the Jergen little lotion burst drops, or little solid, let me show you. I talked about these in a video I did early in the year. See, they're like little star shapes, and whew, boy, they do have a strong smell. I have not found anything similar to them. They are great. They like dissolve in your hand and they become a lotion. They do feel really good, but the scent is very strong. So if I were to use them, I would try to use them in the airport where I'm kind of away from people to let the smell dissipate. Because if you use these on the plane, the person next to you might not really appreciate it unless they are a big lavender fan themselves. But I am holding on to these because I feel like they are still pretty useful. In fact, I might put them beside my bed because having that lavender smell at night to help kind of relax you is a nice thing. So I might hold on to those for that. I have my Downy spray. Maybe put that with the laundry detergent because that all has to do with clothing. Okay, so here is a deodorant that I tried out. It was suggested to me by some of y'all to try the native deodorants out to see if I would not be allergic or break out from them. Unfortunately, I had issues with this. I broke out after using this for just a couple of days, which I'm a bummed because it's coconut and vanilla. I think it smells really good. Yeah, it smells so good. I really wish that it worked for me, but it doesn't, so that is going away. Ooh, my foot is falling asleep. Okay, we're getting down to odds and ends in there. I have two of the Clayganic tinted lip balms. These are two colors that are kind of too light for me, so I think these are going to go away. I might donate these because they haven't been opened at all, so I'm hoping if I donate them, maybe somebody will be able to use them. I hate to waste them. They're just not good colors on my skin type. But I love the Clayganic lip balms. They're not, I do have a newer favorite, the Tatcha SPF. It's because the Clayganic doesn't have an SPF in it. So the Tatcha that I've been using more recently has a 25, I think it's a 25 SPF tinted lip balm, and their colors are a little more saturated, and I really love the way they feel. Still like the Clayganic, but just not one that I'm using these days. And this is another lip balm that I tried out. It's the Palmer's Cocoa Butter. It does not have SPF. It does feel really good on my lips, but I never use it. Although it is really nice to just have random lip balm around if you don't want a tinted lip balm. I think I'll hold on to this for now, but I'm not sure. I need to use it soon or else it doesn't really make sense to hold on to this. I think I got this at Ulta. You know when you were checking out of Ulta and they have all of the little travel toiletry stuff right there at checkout? Whoops. Obviously, as a travel content creator, I'm a sucker for that stuff. So this is a cuticle oil that I have not used yet. I might pack this to go to Oregon with me because I will probably be doing my nails while I am out there. Clinique Take the Day Off. This was given to me as a gift set from somebody. I don't particularly love to travel with liquid makeup remover. I might just put this in my bathroom to use when I need something. This is one of those too where you've got to shake it up. I mean, I don't need, y'all probably are more familiar with Clinique stuff than I am. I haven't really used a whole lot of their products. I know that this is one of their famous viral, everybody loves this product. I just haven't used it yet because I've been using my Clean It Zero cleansing balm instead. So We'll try this out and see what I think. This is kind of like a iron guard, a heat protector for your hair, a little travel size. This I'm trying to use more on my hair since I am blow drying my hair and curling it. I've done a whole video on how I do my hair recently. I'll have that at the end of this video if you want to check it out. So this I am holding on to. In here, I have the top of a deodorant that I did when I did my little mini DIY toiletry kit way back at the beginning of this year. This is what I did in order to have some deodorant, to be able to take deodorant that would last me for 2 weeks was the whole point of that DIY. And this, I believe, is actually the top of that deodorant I just tossed over there. So we're going to hold on to that because at some point I might want to take deodorant that doesn't have all of the packaging with it. I know a lot of y'all suggested some other things, but I have explained why I need to use this type of deodorant. Okay, down in the bottom here, I have some deodorant wipes. I have some little mini toothpaste. I think they're both toothpaste. Oh no, this is a mini lip balm that I got in one of the like airplane kits. And then this is a little mini toothpaste that I got in one of the airplane kits. And then these are deodorant wipes, just some random stuff that we will find places for. I have some mouthwash. This is something I don't use when I don't know why I have a travel size of this, because I don't use it when I don't use the liquid stuff when I'm traveling. I've got some KLM earplugs from a flight. I have some gentle cleanser I've used and moisturizing cream. When I go on longer trips, these are some items that I take with me to use for my skincare. Although moving forward, I will probably use the Curology cleanser. I'm probably going to take that to Oregon with me. The CeraVe, I just don't use anymore. I'm going to throw that away. And then I have a pretty little like mirror. It's a little travel mirror. And it's two-sided. I think one is a 10 times. Yeah, I think it's a 10 times magnifying mirror. And then the other side is just a regular mirror. I need to put this in my purse because every once in a while I have the need for a mirror, and I hate using my phone to use as a mirror. I'd love to just have like a regular mirror in there. And I always think about this little mirror that I have, and I never know where I have it. And well, today I found it at the bottom of my toiletries bin, which is not where it needs to be kept. Lastly, I've got some random toothbrushes, paddles, and I think this is what is in here. Oh, another toothbrush and toothpaste from an airplane. And that is everything in that bin. Now for bin number 2. We're going to go through both of these and then I will reorganize everything again. Although I might reorganize things off camera and show you how it all gets put together at the end, because that might take a little more thought and a lot less talking. The first thing I have in here is my Tagalong kit. I don't know if these are available. I think the last time I looked to see if these little pouches were available, I don't know if they were or not, but I'll still have them linked below. This is the remains of my DIY mini toiletry kit that I did back in the beginning of the year. I used this for my last trip to Oregon. I just took this with my toiletries and it worked great. I was only there for like 4 days. So I'll pull some of the things that are in here to pack for my next trip to Oregon. This is the little holder for my travel brushes from the Angie Hot and Flashy travel brush set. I do take this with me on pretty much every trip, and I'll pack a lot of my I actually keep some stuff in here. I have my little mini mascara in here. I have my little mini brow thing in here and my little mini bronzer. And I just keep those in the brush holder because I don't have to go looking for them every time I go to pack. And those are items that I have full-size ones that I use regularly. So that's all ready to go. I just add the brushes and then probably a few other makeup items or toiletry items in there when I pack. Then I've just got some random pouches, little pouches. I'm going to put those with my other pouches. These are the flat lie, and I do really like these when I am packing liquids. I have a variety of sizes in here, but these are the flat lie refillable containers. These work great. Like I said, this comes with one, I think it's maybe 2 sizes. You've got the large and the mini. I don't know if there's a third. Yeah, I don't think there's a third size. And then you've got little labels that you can use as well. I will use these to pack, if I want to pack my regular Olaplex shampoo and conditioner to go on a trip with me, which I may do for this trip coming up to Oregon. I will use these to transfer my shampoo and conditioner to and use for travel. These are my little silicone, and I don't know why I still have them in here, the little tiny silicone zippered baggies. I use these mostly for my vitamins, for my, like I'll do each day of vitamins in one of these packs. Just makes it easier as I'm traveling to be able to pull these packs out and have like I'll use maybe like this pouch and I'll put all of my vitamins, my little pouches of vitamins into the big pouch, and then it's just easy. And that comes also with little labels and a pen to use, which I have clearly never used the pen. I've also never used the labels because I know what's in there. I don't have to guess it. This is another toiletry bag from the brand Aloha. If you're familiar, you know what I'm talking about. I have several of their bags. I love them. I don't link to them very often. They don't have like an affiliate program, and it kind of makes it a little more challenging to link to because they're really long links. But this has been well used. In fact, I think it's going away because something like melted here on the zipper and I can't actually unzip the zipper. Luckily, I don't think there's anything inside that zippered pocket that I'm missing, but I think this is going to get thrown away because it is pretty much destroyed. I have my little Clean It Zero in there, a new razor head, and lots of ponytail holders, and a couple of my nausea prevention or motion sickness wristbands, which I like to take on every trip because I never know if I might need them. And the next thing I have is my Happy Light, which I use in the wintertime to help with, getting that extra light in my eyes to give me energy and, some vitamin C or really just more about energy. I don't really need it this time of year. We have an abundance of sunlight. I think I'm just going to put this in with my other travel gadgets for now, and then hopefully I'll remember to pull it out around November. I've got some hand sanitizing wipes or sanitizing wipes. These are what I use to wipe down my seat in the airplane. These are the little tiny refillable bottles that I used for my serum, for my vitamin C serum, for my little mini toiletry kit. These are so cute. I love little tiny things. More deodorant. I seriously have a lot more deodorant than I thought I did. This is why it's good to clean out your stuff every once in a while. You realize how much stuff you actually have. These are refillable lip gloss containers that I have also used for more liquidy type toiletries to take with me traveling. The one thing that I put in here that I still am putting in here is my the water night mask by Laneige. I will use this I'll load it up in here because it's kind of liquidy. It's creamy, but liquidy, and this just is a better container to hold that in. Here is my travel size Olaplex shampoo and conditioner. I don't know if I'll take because there's very little left in there, I think I'm going to transfer these to a different container. I don't know what's in here. It's a mystery. Oh, these are the little syringes to put stuff into the lip gloss containers. So those go together. Some Aquaphor. This is another deodorant that was suggested by y'all for me to use, which is the Lumi. So I got a trial size of the Lumi. I tried this out when I was in Puerto Rico this year, and yet again, I broke out from it. So not for me. Unfortunately, I just have to use the chemical deodorant because that is what my body can stand. I have one of my little stasher silicone bags that I use for a variety of things. A lot of times I'll use them for nuts, but sometimes I'll use it to hold a lot, something else. They're just a nice size to corral other little things into. My little coin purse that I got in Japan, that also needs to be somewhere that is not with my toiletries. Some hairspray that I do not use, that is going to go away. Wow, I'm not surprised that these are getting lost in there. This is a set of, I got a set of 4 of little mini tweezers for my little mini DIY kit, or to just have on like for an emergency kit as well. So I need to put those somewhere where they're not going to get lost. Maybe I'll put one of those, I'll put both of them maybe in my Angie Hot and Flashy holder, because you know, I'm always, sometimes I forget my tweezers, and I'll get that random stray eyebrow hair or the little hair down here that I want to pluck. So it'd be nice to have these permanently in here for travel. A little funnel to use to fill some of these bottles up with. Here is one of my, I don't know why, again, this isn't here because it should not be, but this is a waterproof phone holder. That needs to go in my other travel gear. This is just a bag from something that I got from Amazon that I think I threw in here because I was like, who knows when I might need like a random disposable Ziploc plastic bag. I like to think when I get these bags from Amazon, I try to think of ways to use them because I hate having all of that plastic just going back out into the world. So I do end up saving them and having a pile of them. They are really good to use if you don't want to invest in compression packing cubes, or perhaps you just need to pack some stuff that's not clothing but you want to compress down. These are a good option to use, so to save them, because they do have the, you know, the Ziploc kind, the double Ziploc closure at the top of them, so you could roll all the air out of it, like get it closed all the way down to a couple of inches and then roll the extra air out of it and then close it all the way, and that gives you almost the same effect as having a compression packing cube. So I need to, that probably just needs to go in my gear. I should feel like have I been like exposing you guys my whole time, the whole video? Whoops, that is not, sorry about that. Make it a little more secure there. I do use my, and these were in here, use these little contact case containers to put a lot of my skincare in when I am packing for shorter periods of time. I don't know what is in here. These probably all need to be taken out and cleaned and then re-added, have stuff re-added into them. I'm not really sure what that is. That might be cleansing balm. It kind of feels that way. The one thing about the cleansing balm is because it's made with like coconut oil, it might melt when it gets hot. So I like to put, well, I can show you in here, I've done it. I will put that inside of a Ziploc bag so that it doesn't get oily out. The oil doesn't get into whatever pouch that I've put it into and kind of spread all over inside that pouch. But I love using contact cases to put my skincare into. I've been looking for this. I was looking for this several weeks ago and I couldn't find it. This is a purse hook. I ended up buying another one to talk about in another video. So now I have 2 of these. These things are great. In fact, I've been trying to think of a way to create my own purse hook that's a little more decorative, but this is something that you can, if you have a small wrist, you can use it as like a bracelet and then take it off and use it as your purse hook when there's no other place to either hang your purse or your jacket or your sweater at a restaurant or a bar or wherever you may be, somewhere that you want to sit down and remove said jacket or sweater or purse. And then you can just hook this on the side of the table, and then the bottom hook, you can either hook your purse or whatever you want to hook on there. They're great, heavy duty, they hold a lot. Love, love, love these things. I'm going to put this in my purse where it should be. And that is it. I have a couple more of my little bracelet things here for nausea. And otherwise, everything is cleaned out. So I'm going to organize all of this stuff and put it back in the bins. And then I'll show you how I have ended up organizing them. And then we will be done with this very long video that I was hoping wouldn't be this long. But clearly I have a lot more toiletries than I thought I did, and a lot more to say about them than I thought I did. Okay, I will see you in a bit. Okay, we're back, and I am done doing my little bit of organizing things into groupings. And what I have done is each grouping is some sort of subject matter, I guess. That's the best way to put it. So this is like mouth stuff. So it's like my toothbrushes or disposable toothbrushes, all the toothpaste, the little gum pick things, all of that stuff is in this baggie. This baggie's my hair stuff. This baggie's my nail stuff. You get it. I'm not going to go through every bag, but basically I did that, and each thing is in its own little baggie for all of the excess stuff that I have for my travel toiletries. I did leave in my 311 bag. In here is my current set of toiletries that I have set up already in like the little contact lens cases, the stuff that I'm already using on a regular basis. I left that in the 311 bag, so it's kind of a little bit quicker and easier to pack that up when I start packing the next time, which will be very soon. And then I left all of my items in this bag for my little airplane essentials bag and added a few more things in there. So I put all of I only have like 5 or 6 deodorant wipes left, so I just put all of those in there. And I only had one package of the Thera Eyes individual eye drop thing, so I put those in there as well. But yeah, everything else is stuff that I would use as my airplane essentials, and I just left that packed up again to make it easier when I get a pack. And then I organized my containers, like the empty containers for things that I would use in the future, are just, some of them already were in their bags, and some of them I just added to another Ziploc bag. We'll put this microphone. I need 2 hands now. We'll do this. Oops. Make sure. Okay. So I put the 2 sizes of refillable serum bottles. I put those in one container, and then I just left the other big plastic jars in their little box too. So not really changing those up a lot. So what I am going to do, oh, and I left all of my pouches. I emptied those out except for this one, which still has those few little items in that we talked about before. I left all the pouches empty so that I can fill those up with whatever I need to fill them up. So all I'm going to do is put these little baggies into one of the bins. So all of the extra stuff, the additional things, the bags that I'm going to pull from when I pack are all going to be in one bin, and then the other bin is going to be pouches and the little refillable bottles and such. So that is how I am going to separate those out into these different bins. And then I'm done. So yay, everything is reorganized once again. Hopefully I can keep it this way for a while. The trick is when I come back from a trip and I'm unpacking, to actually take the time to put the things when I am unpacking back into their individual little baggies that they need to go in, instead of just leaving them in a pouch and throwing the pouch into the bin still with the stuff in there. That is going to be the trick and the thing that I need to remember to do when I come back. So hopefully I will remember to do that. I apologize for how long this video has ended up being, but I hope that you've enjoyed it and maybe gotten a little something out of it. I will have all of the things that I can find links for. I will have those linked below. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video today. I hope that you have a day that is filled with love and joy, and I will see you very soon. Bye.